So I have been growing my hair out since January 2024, and I think I've made some pretty good progress, but I want longer hair. So my goal is to get it to be how it was almost 10 years ago. And the saying is true, you never know what you have until it's gone, because I did not appreciate my long hair back then, to be honest. It was a lot of maintenance though in general, and my hair is very thick. So I was ready for a chop, and I enjoyed my short hair for many years, but I am ready for the long locks again, and I can't wait for it to be hopefully within the next 2 years past my boobs. That is the goal. But I'm going to show you guys all my favorite products that I'm loving so far for my hair: shampoos, serums, hair brushes, supplements, all the things. So grab a snack, get cozy, and let's get into it. First things first, make sure you're eating healthy and drinking your water. I know it's kind of obvious, but it really does go a long way, and I'm constantly drinking water. I drink more water now than I ever have, honestly, in my entire life, and a big help with that is adding electrolytes to your water. I get these from the brand Ultima, but find any type of electrolytes that'll work for you that you enjoy. It definitely helps to up your water intake, especially if you're tired of drinking plain water. Add some lemon to it or add some electrolytes, and it will make a huge difference. So that's number one. And anytime I've ever tried to grow my hair out, something I always keep on hand is a good hair, skin, and nail vitamin. I take 2 of these every single day. These are from the brand Pure Encapsulations, but any brand will work. Just find one that you enjoy that you can take consistently. That is the key. And since we're talking about hair, I dye my hair every couple of months. I'm actually due for a refresh, but this is my go-to hair dye. It is the Ion Intensive Shine, and I get the color Intense Black 1N. This gives such a pretty vibrant color, lots of shine. It's one of my favorite hair dyes where I can dye my hair and it doesn't feel too dry afterwards. It actually feels very hydrated and refreshed beautifully. So love this brand from Sally Beauty, so good. Now for shampoos, I've been loving this hair care line from Shakira. It is Isima. This is so good. So obviously she has curly hair. I have wavy hair. Ish. It's like wavy, close to being straight. It's super wavy in the back of my hair. Like the pattern is very, very wavy, much more than the front. Even if you don't have curly hair, you can still use products from her hair care line because she has a bunch of different stuff depending on what you need. But these 2 shampoos are incredible. So the first one I love is the Riquísima Hydrating Shampoo. This is very nourishing, and I love how this refreshes my scalp, my hair. It really does rejuvenate it and keeps it so silky soft. I am in love with the lather. A little bit of this goes a long way, and it also smells so good. So I've been really enjoying this. This has been the go-to shampoo for the last 2 months or so. And by the way, I like to wash my hair 2 to 3 times a week. I know this might be an unpopular opinion because every single hair care video that I watch, usually most people say that they only wash their hair once a week, to not wash it as much. I think that depends on your hair type. To be honest, I would just do whatever works for you. I still feel like you can grow your hair out if you're washing it a lot, because I'm not one of those people that can wash it once a week. I just can't. I use this usually 1 to 2 times a week, and then I like to use a clarifying shampoo. This is the Reset Clarifying Shampoo, and this is amazing for removing any residue, oil, or just product buildup that you have throughout the week. So I like to keep this in rotation once a week. This also has some good hydrating properties in there too. So on the days that I just use this, I don't use the other shampoo. I just stick to this, and it's amazing. So this once a week, and the other one 2 to sometimes also once a week, depending on how much I wash my hair that week. But bottles are also super cute, but I have a lot of product left in here, so I know that they are a splurge, but you don't need to use a lot to get a good lather. Now let's talk conditioners. I like a good hydrating conditioner. The one from Isima is also really good, but for me personally, I prefer a deep conditioner, something that's going to be a little bit thicker and more hydrating, and I like to keep that in rotation all throughout the week. The Macadamia Natural Oil Deep Repair Mask will forever be in rotation. I've talked about this so much because it genuinely is one of my most used and loved products ever. And I will recommend this to anybody who has dry, damaged hair. If you dye your hair, if your hair is brittle, if your hair needs some TLC, this is the deep conditioner that will truly revitalize your hair and bring it back to life. And then to top it all off, the scent is immaculate, and it is one of the best smelling hair products ever. So if your strands are struggling, try a good deep conditioner, and I totally recommend this one. I actually got this last bottle at Marshall's. Sometimes TJ Maxx has it as well, but you can also get it as Sally Beauty or online, of course. And then when I'm out of the shower, I like to use the Detangling spray. This one from Garnier is my top favorite. Another product that I've had in rotation for years, even back in the day when I had super long hair. It really is so lightweight, and I feel like it enhances the softness of the hair as well, but it makes detangling so easy and seamless. I'm pretty generous with this product as well because it is so lightweight. It doesn't weigh the hair down or make it greasy. And I like to use this in combination with the unbrush. This is such a good combo, and this brush doesn't really look like much, much, but when you actually brush through your hair, it is so gentle but removes any knots or tangles. Especially if you have super long hair, you need this brush. It is so good. This Garnier Detangler to me is kind of like a milky toner but for your hair. It does have that nice milky consistency and it's really the best. So that is always in rotation, but I recently saw somebody post about this on Instagram and I purchased it immediately about a month ago at this point. It's the Marc Anthony leave-in conditioner. It says super fast strength, detangles, reduces breakage, frizz, and split ends. This is kind of similar to the Garnier product. It's not identical, but it also has that milky consistency. I love a good leave-in conditioner too for detangling purposes, but also just because I feel like the hairstyle is so much better as well. This is really good. I like this a lot. Also has a very fresh kind of florally scent. Yeah, it smells really good. You know what it kind of reminds me of? Sweet Pea. You know, Sweet Pea, Bath and Body Works. It has a touch of that. So it's like floral, fresh, really good scent. The one from Garnier smells really good too, but any type of milky leave-in conditioner is gonna make detangling so easy. Not always necessary, but I just like to have that layer of leave-in in my hair before applying other products. And by the way, I don't use both of these at once. I'll use one or the other. I've kind of just had both of them in rotation. They're both great and they're both affordable, so double whammy. Then once I apply the milky products onto my hair and detangle, I like to go in and blow dry my hair, but I like to use a blow dry spray because it does cut the drying time and I also feel like it enhances the shine. And this from Kenra is top tier, the blow dry spray. So with this, it's going to cut the drying time, but also you're going to get that thermal protection in there as well, which I totally recommend. Anytime you're using heat on your hair, make sure you're using a heat protectant. And this one is a plus because you also get a ton of shine with it as well. And the blow dryer that I use is just a basic one from Eva NYC. I've been wanting to splurge on Dyson or something better so I can actually style my hair and give myself at-home blowouts. Let me know what you think is worth a splurge or what your favorite is, because I'm old school right now and I just use a regular blow dryer. It gets the job done because my hair is naturally pretty wavy-ish straight. Also wanted to shout out the Main Magic 10-in-1 primer from Eva NYC as well. This is kind of similar to the Kenra product, not identical, but it's going to give you also that heat protectant, that shine. It's going to detangle, and it's truly a 10-in-1 product. So I also really like this as well, and I will keep this in rotation, especially whenever I run out of my Kenra one. This is kind of my backup and I love this as well. This is one of my top favorites from the brand. It is so good. And then every single night I apply 2 pumps of this Kerastase 8-hour Magic Night Serum. This makes my hair just feel so luscious and soft. I have noticed such a difference with this product and I literally use it every single night, and I have since January. And look, I still have product left, so it is pricey. It's a splurge, but I do think it lasts a long time. Girl math says this is basically free. And then these two are kind of extra products that I like to use whenever I style my hair. Love this Kenra Platinum Silkening Gloss. This adds just even more shine to the hair. It's a serum, so I usually do about 1 or 2 pumps. So this is one of my favorite products to add whenever I straighten my hair, or just when I style it in general, because it adds such a pretty glassy shine. And I love a good hair oil, and I've been using the Delicia from Issima. It's not too thick, and I like to just focus this typically right on my ends. I'll do 1 pump. I don't always do this, but usually, like I said, on fresh hair, or if my hair, I just feel like the ends need a little bit of a smoothness to them. Then I have one more product that I swear by in my routine, Briogeo Sleek Stick. If you have any type of flyaways, or if you like to slick your hair down, you know, like the slick back, this is the best little hair wax stick. I used to use one from Amazon. I've actually tried a couple from Amazon. At first I thought they were good. They got the job done. But then I discovered this and I have repurchased it several times because this is even better. This doesn't leave any residue behind. And it's literally just a little wax stick. I also like to keep this in my purse because when you're on the go, you just apply it, brush your hair through, and it does such a nice job at taming those really annoying little flyaway hairs. This is the key to getting that sleek look. And whenever you see my hair in a ponytail, in a bun, and it's slicked back, 1, it's usually very oily because it needs to be washed, but 2, this product right here, it's amazing. And I've even used this on fresh hair and it doesn't cause any buildup. I feel like it actually comes off really easily too at the end of the day. All right, now let's talk hair brushes. So I told you the Unbrush, incredible for detangling, especially if you have super long hair. I think you would love this actually. And then this is another splurge, but I love this brush from Day. I've actually had this one for a couple years at this point. I like to wash my brushes also. Wash your hair brushes. That's important. This just feels so soft and gentle on my scalp, and if you have a very sensitive scalp, I think you need a good brush like this. Nothing that's too abrasive or too harsh or scratchy on your scalp. You technically don't really need a super expensive brush, but I love it and it feels nice on the scalp. So if you have just a very sensitive scalp, this is a good brush. And last but not least, one of my favorite brushes whenever I want to slick my hair down is a boar brush. This one I got, I want to say, from Sally Beauty a couple of years ago. This is another incredible boar brush, and it is dual-sided. Also amazing for slick backs. You can get this at Target. It's under $5. So those are the main hair products that I use and that I keep in rotation. Of course, you don't need to use every single one of these to have long hair, to grow your hair out, to have healthy hair, all the things. These are just things that I love, that I like to keep in rotation. That being said, if you want to keep it really simple, I would say get a clarifying yet hydrating shampoo, a good deep conditioner, a blow dry spray that is also a detangler and heat protectant, a hair oil, and a night serum, I would say. Top 5. And then of course a good supplement. It's gonna go hand in hand and it will make a difference. So those are all the hair products that I use. As I mentioned, these are not all 100% necessary, but I just enjoy them in my routine. But that's why I give you guys the top 5 faves and the ones that I truly think would make a difference if you want to keep it simple but effective. Make sure to leave me your hair care growth tips down below. If you have any tools that you love or recommend, also let me know. Do you think I should splurge on the Dyson or any type of tool like that? Hit that subscribe button for new videos every week, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Bye.